Everybody, Blue Ridge Rider, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to balance the tire on a 2021 Yamaha MT-03 that we just mounted onto the wheels. This is a brand new tire. So I use a special tool made by a gentleman called Mark Parnes. I use this particular tool because he has an adapter that will allow me to use this on a single swing arm bike. So on my BMW, I can pull one of these cones off and put an adapter in that fits right into my wheel hub. What you got here is the two cones and a couple of thumb screws. And as you mount this onto the wheel, you want to turn the thumb screws 180 degrees from each other, and then they cancel each other out. You might think that you would do them the same, but you do them opposite. And then these weights slide a little bit, and we mount the whole assembly on a set of jack stands. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one side off here. It's got a little rubber cap on the end. I'm going to pull that off, slide my bearing off, pull my cone out. This slides in. Other side slides on. Put this rubber cap back on. All right, I'm pulling these in really tight. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to put this thumb screw dead down. Just kind of look at it, make sure I've got it pointing straight down. This one straight up, and I'm going to tighten it onto the shaft. Now I want to see how close I got it. I'm going to turn it out flat here. I think we're looking pretty good. Now, some folks would say this doesn't feel like it would balance the tire as good as you can get it. But what I can tell you is me and Mrs. Blue Ridge Rider have gone to the MotoGP races and gone and talked to the guys that balance the tires. If you're at a MotoGP race, this guy's going 200 miles an hour. This is how they balance their tires. So if it was good enough for them, it's good enough for me. Now, one thing I forgot, I got to get back over here. Got a little ahead of myself. I forgot to put my bearing back on this side. So I got to slide my bearing on here and then my rubber cap. Now, I'm going to take my jack stands. I've got the handles pointed out. I'm going to bring them up to about the highest setting, not quite. Actually, maybe I'll do the highest setting. It's easy enough. I'm going to lift the wheel up, set it on the jack stand. Now, these bearings have a flat side and a round side. It doesn't really matter which side you put on the jack stand, as long as you do it the same on both sides. And then the wheel, I want to make sure down here, you can see I got the jack stand rubbing, so I've got to pull this side out a little bit. I want to make sure the wheel's not hitting on anything. I don't have quite as much on there as I would like. All right, and once we've got it there, and you see the whole thing kind of flops around a little bit, that's probably not MotoGP. They probably got a little more secure stand. But what you can see is these are really, really good bearings, and that everything is rotating really nice. Okay, so we just changed the camera position here a little bit. Make sure my stands are sitting pretty good. What we're trying to do is find the heavy point on the tire. Now, another thing I'm going to do here, well, we know the yellow dot's lined up at the valve stem. What you can see, if I rotate the tire, I'm going to just take my finger here and put a little drag to slow it down. What should happen is the heavy part of the tire should roll to the bottom. The light part of the tire should roll to the top. So I'm just going to, again, just put a little drag in there with my finger. If you don't, these bearings are so good, we could be here all night just waiting on this thing to settle. So we would, if everything were perfect, the valve stem would come, well, if everything were perfect, the valve stem lined up with the yellow dot would make the tire balanced, actually. So right about there, we're pretty close. So what that tells me is this is the heavy spot, this is the light spot. So I'm going to mark that on my tire. And what that means is this is where I would put weight. Now I want to check that that's right. So I'm going to rotate my tire a little bit. We may be, this is actually looking pretty close, I'm not going to lie. That, I got the yellow dot right on the valve stem, and I can just tell by the way the tires, having done this a few times, that we may be pretty close right here. So here comes my mark, came up, it was all the way on the bottom, it's coming up. I'm gonna put a little drag here with my finger just to slow things down. What I'm hoping is that that white mark will come to the top. If it doesn't come to the top, it actually may mean the tire is a little closer to balance than what I think, which is an even better thing. That could mean no weights. This takes a little time. A little drag on it again. Looks like we're kind of working out that the weight's going to come right up to the top again. That's a little more drag. Okay, good enough. Now, right here, what I've got are my weights, and I've got some duct tape. So what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to take a guess at how many weights I need on here. I'm going to tape them on with some duct tape just to get them close until I figure out how many weights I need, and then we'll move into putting more weights on. And what I'll do initially is I'll just put the weights on one side of the wheel, but when I mount them to the bike, I'll put, if I see I put 2 weights on, I'll put 1 weight here and 1 weight here. So I think what I'm going to do, based on experience, I'm going to start with 4 weights. And even though I'm going to mount these in a line, if I actually decide to put these on the bike, in fact, let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut them again. If I decide that this is enough weight, I'll mount 2 on this side and I'll mount 2 on this side. But for now, I'm going to put all 4 of them right here just to see how close we are to balanced. And again, this is just my test. So I'm not trying to stick this on here solid with the duct tape. I'm just trying to get enough on here to tell what's going on, if I need more weight or less weight. So we're going to get our weights on here. Could have done that a little neater. I know that it really matters, but I'm trying to get it as close to the tire position as I can get. 4 strikes me as probably too much. I'm kind of doing that based on what I pulled off of the bike. So now I've got 4 weights on here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a gentle rotate. We're going to see if we come back to the heavy part being on the top. So I'm going to slow the wheel down. Now, if the weights drop to the bottom, what it tells me is I put too much weight on and I need to take some off. If the weights stop at some random location, that means I've got it balanced, and I want to try it again and see where we are. So I'm going to slow it down. If the weights come to the top, it means I don't have enough weight on. So it looks like they're slowly creeping on up, which I'm surprised. Well, that kind of stopped a little different location. My weights are down here. May be hard to see in the video. I'm going to spin that again. Let's see if they go in a different random location. If they do, then 4 is it. Now, I've had this take me multiple times to figure it out. But I've also learned that this bike takes about 4 weights. I think we pulled 4 weights off when we took it off the bike. And it was roughly, I believe, Mrs. Blue Ridge Rider, in that same location, wasn't it? It was pretty close, wasn't it? Yeah. So the wheel probably has a little imbalance. We probably got the tire pretty good, and the wheel has a little imbalance. So let's see if we can get this. Last time they stopped over here somewhere. As long as they're not stopping on the dead bottom or the dead top. Those look like they might be settling out on the bottom, but I'm going to bet they're going to rise up past that. Let's see where they go. We're just going to let that work its way out. Put a little more drag on it here. Looking pretty darn close. Looking like that might want to drop back down to the bottom. Let's see what it does here. Looking pretty good. Let's give it another little rotation. Slow it down a little bit. I'd like to see it stop in a totally different place than where it has been stopping. I'd love to see it stop over here somewhere. I would feel like we had this balanced really well. I don't want to cheat it into that, but I do want to give it a little drag. All right, that's pretty darn good right there. That's pretty darn good. So we're going to take our 4 weights and take them 2 at a time. Peel a little blue tape off. Ooh, And there's why you put duct tape on. When I peeled those off, the blue tape off, I actually peeled the double-sided tape off of the weight. All right, and it's gonna be kind of hard to see on the camera, but as best you can get it, this is Blue Ridge Rider. I'm gonna line the center up right with my mark and get right to this little ledge right here. I'll put my weights in, and I'm gonna put some serious pressure on them for about 30-45 seconds. Maybe not that long, but somewhere into that long.
I was about to say, you got about 20 seconds left.
All right, yeah, thank you. All right, it's always nice to have a helpful helper that keeps you honest.
Yep.
All right, so now we're gonna come back over here, and what I want to do is I want to match these as close to the other weights as I can. I'm gonna do that by moving my mark around. So here's my mark, kind of coming over. That'll be pretty close. Won't be exact, but that'll be pretty close. And let's get the blue tape off the weight. Nice. Let's see if I can see. There we go, right there. Actually, gonna get that closer than my mark will. Right there. So I was able to see both weights. I'll hold that on there pretty tight for a second. All right, that felt pretty good. All right, I was gonna use this piece of duct tape, but I'm not because we dropped it a bunch of times. I'll tear a new little piece of duct tape here. I'm gonna roll my weights down to the bottom. I'm gonna tear a little piece off here. We're gonna get that on. Now this is, again, a little tricky because you get some little air bubbles, but again, this is the backup, right? So you get it on there good enough, and I think we're okay. So I try to work the air bubbles out best I can. Sometimes I'll take a razor blade and poke them if I think they're keeping me from getting a good seal, but that's looking pretty good right there. So you can see the air all the way around it there. I'm gonna take my little razor knife and I'm just gonna put a hole. It's probably not gonna help because I think it's more where it's coming down. Yeah, that helped a little bit. All right, let me swap this around. Now, I balanced my BMW tire the other day, and I didn't believe it. I had 6 weights on each side, and I was really worried I had done something wrong. In fact, I'm going to pull it back off and balance it again. But in talking to some of my buddies, they said that occasionally they have gotten a tire that was that same way. That just was, you know, maybe had some kind of little manufacturing defect or something. Try to get my tape on there as best I can. Want a little tape all the way around. So we get that tape on there good there on the weight. Again, I'm trying to work the bubbles out. Okay, I'm gonna take my razor knife, poke a hole. Got that front edge on there really nice that time. All right, here we go. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a balancing tool out. So I'm gonna turn this, take my thumb screw here, turn it enough to slide the cone off, pull the balancer out. Put my bearing back on, little rubber cap back on. I'll tighten it down so it doesn't slide around, tear stuff up. All right, guys, that's how you balance the rear wheel and tire on the 2021 Yamaha MT-03. Thank you for watching. We're going to mount the wheel back on the bike now. This can be one of the fussier parts of doing this. We got to get the cush drive put back in, no problem there. But when it comes to putting the chain on and tensioning the chain, it can try your patience a little bit if you're not careful. I think once I've probably done it a few more times, it won't be so bad. And then mounting the rear caliper in particular gets a little tricky. Now, I showed you some of that in the first video where we took the wheel off, but hopefully we'll work our way through that and that won't be an issue this time. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll check back in and watch us get this mounted. Have a good day.